Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a look I saw on Maddie Cloud's Instagram. I'll link her Instagram down below. I was so inspired by the look she just did, so obviously I had to recreate it. It's a pretty long video, but grab a snack, get cozy, and enjoy. First, I'm going to be using this Kylie Skin Vitamin C Serum. This is the first time I'm wearing it underneath my makeup. I usually have been using it at night, but I love how it leaves my skin very glowy and hydrated. So I kind of want that for today's look, so I thought I would apply it just to give some extra plumpiness. I'm going to be using MAC Cosmetics Shape and Shade pen in Spiked. I've been loving this pen. I like to do the strokes a little far apart so that when I'm shaping my brow, you can kind of see the stroke marks and it looks like hair. When I do them tighter together, it's definitely more of an intense brow. And for this look, since the entire look is pretty intense, I want the brows to be fluffy and hairy. To shape my brows, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. concealer. I got this at Target, and I have to say, best drugstore concealer. It is about medium to full coverage. It lasts all day, I swear. And the wand is just like Tarte's, where it's big and fluffy. I would rate this concealer a 10 out of 10. It's my new favorite, and it's only $6. Crazy. So now that I've shaped my brows, I'm now going in with the Tarte concealer, and I'm only going to be using it at the highest point of the brow just to give some lightness in just that area, so it gives a more arched effect. Now we're going to be starting the eyes, and I'm going to be using Up at Dawn, Rule, Coral, and Chrome Yellow from MAC Cosmetics. And I'm going to be using a fluffier blending brush. This one is from Morphe. I will link it down below. But I like to use this brush to start the eye and kind of give a wash all over the eye of the orangey, the brighter orange color. And then we're going to go in later and kind of define the crease. Now I'm going to be using Chrome Yellow on that same brush and buff it all over the lid. For the third shade I'm using, we're going in with Rule, which is a little darker of an orange than the first one. And the placement of this is just going to be a little bit lower than the yellow we used. Alright guys, we are now on to the fourth shade, and I picked up a different brush for this one. I'm using the MAC 217 just because it's a little more dense, and I'm picking up the shade Coral, and I'm patting that all over the eyelid. Side note guys, sorry for how dirty this brush handle is. I definitely need to clean it, but this is probably one of the oldest brushes I have. It was when MAC used to have the natural hair brushes and not the synthetic now, and I'm savoring it. It's falling apart, but I love it. And now we're going into Newsflash, which is a little bit of a red shade, and I'm using my pinky because fingers tend to pick up a little bit more product, and I'm just smudging it right into my lash line so that the lash line is the most vibrant part of the eye. Now that we're done with the color, I'm taking Gesso by MAC. It's just a white shadow, and I'm placing it in my inner corner and the inner part of my lid. I want the inner corner to be very bright for this look, so I'm going to be going in later and brightening it even more once my foundation is on, but just a tad for now, and the major highlighting and brightening will be later on in this video. Moving on to the face now, I'm using Studio Fix foundation, and I'm using a sponge this time. This is my favorite sponge, is the Real Techniques. I love the sharp edge. I love any sponge that has a sharp edge because I can get very close to my eye in the crevices, and sometimes I'll even do a winged shadow liner with the sharp edge of the sponge. Okay guys, we've made it to concealer. I love concealer. I love seeing the transformation of tired to awake. But I'm going to be using the e.l.f. one on the outer portion of my eye, forehead and chin, and just a little bit along my lips. I use the concealer obviously where I want it to be brighter and stick out more, and then the contour is going to be sucking it in and snatching it. But now I'm grabbing my Tarte concealer for my inner corner to give that the brightest place on the face. I want that to be in my inner corner and under my eye, covering these bags. But some other concealers I like are MAC Cosmetics, the Pro Longwear, and the Dior concealer. The new Dior concealer is amazing. It's so expensive, so I'm glad I found this e.l.f. one, but the Dior one is amazing. For my face powder, I'm using MAC Studio Fix. I'm using it on a fluffier brush because it is a full coverage powder, but I am placing it everywhere but my cheekbones. I like my cheekbones to still be a little tacky from the foundation so that when we are highlighting, it sticks a little better. And for bronzer, this is just a bronzer to warm up my skin, not the contour shade yet. But this is Give Me Sun. I love Give Me Sun just to give my face some color from looking like a pancake, being so flat, and kind of map out where I'm going to be contouring. This bronzer is Baiana Bronze. It's from MAC, and I believe it's only in limited collections. I'm not too sure if it has been permanent in the past, but it is one of my favorite bronzers. If you can get your hands on it, get it. It is so pretty. It's matte. It has no shimmer in it. It's just a matte bronzer. But I'm using this with a smaller brush, tighter brush, to create more of a contour. Blush time. I love blush. I wear too much of it, but I'm using Modern Mandarin. Once again for MAC. I'm sorry that most things are MAC. I will try to use different products in more videos, but I just have so much MAC. So I'm using this all over my cheeks, a little on my nose so I look a little sunburnt. And now I'm using a Morphe palette, and this shade is Unapologetic. It's a little bit more brown, and I'm using it a little higher than the Modern Mandarin. And this is me trying to tone down the blush, realizing I put too much on, per usual. Oopsies. Okay guys, we're gonna highlight these cheekbones. This is the Dior palette, and I like to dabble into all 4 shades and just lightly dust over my cheekbone with a large brush. But for this next highlight, this is one I haven't used in a while, and it is one of my favorites. It's by Makeup Revolution. I'll link the shade down below, but I'm using a tinier brush just so I can highlight the highest point of my cheekbone and my nose. As you can see, we used that Gesso white shadow to brighten up the inner corner. And now I'm dipping into that Dior highlighting palette in the white lightest shade, just to give some frostiness to the inner corner as well. While I was at Michael's, I saw these little rhinestones and thought they were so cute, and they kind of go with the butterfly, not stickers, little butterfly things that I'm going to be putting in my hair. But I'm just using one and using my lash glue to stick it to so they don't fall off later in the day. But I wanted to give it a more fairy look, so the rhinestones are perfect. I was trying so hard not to make the ugly mascara face with my mouth wide open, so it was a struggle. So off camera, I put on a second coat so I can really get in there and load the mascara on. For all my Arizona peeps, I got these lashes at XI at Arizona Mills. They don't really have a name on the box, it's just a pink box, but they are mink lashes, and these ones are in the style Tokyo. I love how wispy they are. They go perfect for this look. Time for the lips. The products I'm going to be using are Morphe Sugar Pie liner, MAC lipstick in Fleshpot, my usual, MAC See-Thru lip glass, also a usual, and the last gloss I'm going to be using is a new one. I've never tried it before, but it is a Buxom gloss in the color Ella, I believe. I will link all of the names down below. Alright, you guys, this is the final look. I'm just going to put in some earrings. These small little hoops are from Amazon, surprisingly. And my favorite hoops are these huge gold ones. They look matte. They're like a matte gold, but I got these from an antique store. They're my favorite earrings. But that wraps up this look, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!